So I've got some non-anime stuff here to go through, but first we have to start opening the packages, and there's just too many of them. Because a couple of them are going to have non-anime stuff in them as well. I'm just going through these one at a time. I'm guessing it's these top two that are non-anime. Actually, this might be the case. So, let's see. Let's begin. I got Deep Impact. I kind of felt like maybe I'd watch that again. Mad Max I've never seen, and this is actually beyond Thunderdome, which I think means it's a sequel. And of course, you saw I got 3 Star Trek double features, and the reason for that is I was at Walmart when I picked those up. Well, we had a Wrath of Khan, Undiscovered Country, and so of course I would want the Voyage Home as well. That completes that, and then since you know, these were also cheap and also out there, I decided to go ahead, and I don't think the right thing was sent to me. I'll double check that. It was supposed to be Generations and the other thing, but that's not the anime. So let's begin with the anime because because there's 3 boxes of this stuff to go through. Come on. First we've got the Amazon stuff, and then we've got this would be a Right Stuff package. Again, I'm opening these from the side that doesn't have the address labels on them. Just a precaution. Alright. As usual with Right Stuff, we got this paper. Oh yeah. Excellent. Here's the receipt. Box is empty. But there's another one. Oh yeah, I think I remember what this one is. Even the pile of stuff is getting a little tall. Should be interesting. I'm going to take these and move them out of the way. As you can see, we have Pat Labor, which would be coming out in Blu-ray soon, and then Space Brothers, which of course I already have. And this okay, there's a thing in there, and then there's this. Let's see. Box is empty. Just cardboard to help hold it all together. And then in this, all right. It's another one of these. I got one of these for seeing Puella Magi Madoka Magica movie 3. I think we should probably begin with these because these are notable in that they are Pony Canyon's first release. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to set them aside. Let's begin by taking this cardboard thing, moving it out of the way. I'm looking in here. This looks... Because I remember I got something for pre-ordering this. It looks like keyframe stuff. Boobies. think I will understand the, well, maybe not the relevance, but I will understand the context of that scene. Especially since it seems like a major moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like this is the 10th. Very nice. Now I have some of this to go alongside the Santa Company stuff. So that makes it an official collection at this point. Of course, we've got this other envelope, which looks pretty similar. Oh yeah, because there's 2 different anime here. I think that one was Yuki, Yuna is a hero. This one is probably the other one. Was it Denki-Gai or something? I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, because darn. I feel like I can't get a hold of any of these papers. Are these different? I'm not entirely sure. In any case, this is the stuff you get for pre-ordering both at the same time. Nothing vital, unlike pre-order bonuses for a lot of video games, I guess. Definitely neat. Let's see, I guess this was like this. Pretty cool stuff. Now, with those out of the way, I think we can finally start poking into these, which it's interesting, comparing to the first, hold on. I thought I'd grab a Pony, or a NIS release to try and size compare, because they look pretty similar size-wise, which doesn't surprise me too much. But what might be tricky to tell is this is very plasticky. It's not cardboard like the other thing is. In fact, my fingers are saying, how am I supposed to get the plastic off? This is Yuki, Yuna is a hero. I guess that's pretty close. That's Denki-Gai. Don't know what either of them are really about. But I do know that I'm. Oh, there we go. I can feel the separation there. So now that I know that's there, let's open this one from there. Figure it makes sense to open both of them because we're basically looking at the first US release of 2 anime. With NIS, we kind of got the problem with the what was called the ghosting problem. It was really a deinterlacing issue where they deinterlaced for the audience, and the audience are like, "Yeah, we got better deinterlacers, so why are you doing that for us?" Okay. We got Japanese with English subtitles and Spanish subtitles. It's nice to see kind of variety in there. I usually don't. And this is what the back looks like. Something about the artwork looks vaguely familiar, but I'm having trouble placing it. Okay, that's like that. So these are actually like super giant DVD cases. Okay, so there's nothing behind that. Let's see. Boobies. What do we have here? Are these super giant postcards? Kind of. Got postcard quality. They're not actual postcards. Can we take a peek at most of the background before I start putting these away? Yeah, I guess so. Not much to see there. This poster seems kind of big. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, just accidentally dropped the camera. Figured I'd pick this up because it looks like these are both just bigger images of what's on the DVD. Okay. In poster form, of course. And then we've got a booklet here. Well, I'm not quite sure what kind of anime this is supposed to be. Let's see. That says DVD. That says Blu-ray. I guess this looks like there's 4 episodes on here. So that makes sense given the number of discs. Whether or not that's worth it for most people, I'm sure is going to be up for debate. But they know that there's suckers like me who, or people like me, who will pay extra. So looks like this one's 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. I see. There's some sort of symbol there, but it looks like this one's actually dubbed. I mean, this doesn't sound unfamiliar. Not a piece of paper on the back of this one. So as you can see there, it has English and Japanese audio. And for sure the previous one did not say that, right? Yeah, just Japanese language. So, looks like they're experimenting with dubbing as well. Compact disc. So does that mean this one has more discs in it? Or did the other one also say that? I'm sorry for going back and forth so much here. This is like a new toy. This one also says compact disc, so I'm going to have to keep my eye out as I poke around inside here. So we've got a person on the back. These are solid? This is solid. There's maybe, nope, there's 2. Or at least 2. Again, they're not postcards proper, but they're still the same general concept. This looks like it's just a book. Probably a Japanese one, but... And what I mean by that is supposed to be read a certain way. Looks like your standard edition. So for this one, I'm going to poke around these discs just to see, because sometimes, oh yeah, look at that. That one flips up. That's a special character song CD1. Which isn't exactly OST, but it does mean that there should be a couple songs there. Okay. So now that we know that that's there... Oh, that says ponycan.us. It's good to know. Well, let's go back into Denki-Gai and see what's in its equivalent version of that location. Yeah. This flips up. Denki Songs 01. Now, whether or not that means anything in relevance to the anime itself, I guess I'll find out when I watch it. Alright, well those are the two Pony Canyon, their first US releases. Let's see, let's move this pile back over here now that we're back to normal size DVDs, and we'll begin with Puella Magi Madoka Magica Movie 3 Rebellion, the US release version, as opposed to the officially imported Japanese version. Let's see, now I feel it. This is definitely one of these. Guess this is not going to survive in one piece the opening, but that's okay because all the other Puella Magi Madoka Magica stuff I have is not in a container like this, I think, except for the Japanese imports. Oh, tight. I think I'm going to resort to scissors very carefully. As long as I don't touch the box itself, no damage can be done to it other than the stretching damage that was being caused anyways. There we go. Only a little difficult to get it out. So, if we take this off to take a look at the full artwork. Comment on it, but for anybody who hasn't seen the movie, hopefully some of this imagery is just meaningless to you. Let's see, that's Blu-ray, that's DVD, so these are probably the movies on Blu-ray and DVD. The original soundtrack, which came with the Japanese version, so I guess I already have this, but that's actually pretty common for me. Is let's see, this feels different. Has it always been like that and I've just not noticed? It kind of feels a little textured. Here we've got postcards, and these are actual proper postcards because they have stuff in the back. I suspected it would just be these two. But it's always good to double check, you know, sometimes there's more artwork. Sticky plastic. It's evil. I need to seal them back up again. There we go. Whew. And then finally we've got a material book, which flipped very easily. Don't want to look at it too much, but it looks like it's got a lot of, it looked like it had the artwork for the Puella Magi Madoka Magica Movie 3 versions of these, because I saw my Homer Akemi one in there. Okay, next up, One Piece Season 6 Voyage 4. Was this ending this season? I don't remember. I expect the contents to be pretty straightforward, as they usually are. I guess it's always good to look at the numbering of the discs, just because we've seen, I say 1 and 2, we've seen it be wrong before. Disc 1, disc 2. Alright. Yeah, this one is an interesting one, looking up at the Half Moon, just because it seemed like one of those titles that was being overlooked, but 2 years ago somebody was going to import it, and then that person went back to jail for violating probation or something or the other. It's something where, without the details, hard to care. I'm just glad the anime made it out. And it looked like he was eligible. You know, I read this just a couple days ago, so it looked like he was eligible for parole earlier this year. So I'm wondering what he thinks about this anime getting its release by Bright Stuff. Lucky Penny. Let's see. Taking a look here. 150 minutes. Japanese language. English subtitles. Oh. You can preview episode 1. It's a pretty straightforward release, but I'm kind of glad that it finally made it through the gauntlet. Last but not least, Tokyo Ravens. Looks like this is only the first half of it. Let's see. Region A, of course, English and Japanese dub, which is pretty expected of Funimation. And the name sounds familiar, but I'm not quite sure if people were talking about this or if I'm mixing it up with Tokyo Ghoul, which people were definitely talking about. So, I think we got the same information there. And I see it there, which means it's a completely reversible internal cover. These are kind of hard for me to see. Blu-ray. So the red ones are Blu-ray and the black ones are DVD. So pretty straightforward as far as Funimation releases go. This is doesn't feel like there's anything in here, so that's just a filler for when Volume 2 does come out, and it will be put inside this box next to Volume 1. Excellent. Almost forgot, I have a pile of stuff here. Oops. So, this is from the Anime Souls Creamy Mami stuff. Oh, actually there's Cheese Sweet Home. So, we got Cheese Sweet Home on the bottom. Actually, all a kitten needs is a home. I know you can't read this because I'm taking the sticker off. I apologize about that. As it is, there's a lot of anime DVD opening to go on here. So, it's only 2 discs, which is to be expected because they're really short episodes, but there's still a ton of them on here, I think. I'm looking at the runtime, 300 minutes, so it'd be like 2 minutes per... No, 104 episodes, so it's about 3 minutes per. And then there's the Creamy Mami stuff. And I was trying to understand how they were ordering these. And I guess if you look here, this is second, third, and fourth. And as I thought, if you take the first, you can see Magical Angel Creamy Mami. That's how you tell which ones they are. So, so I guess I have these in order. I'll put these on the side and begin with volume 2. Episodes 14 through 26. I've not watched any of this yet, but definitely love having it on DVD. So next up is volume 3. This has the little anime soul sticker on it. Fortunately, not on in a way to prevent it from being taken off, or taking some cardboard with it, rather. Very straightforward. And last but not least, for reals this time, volume 4. And this pile is getting a little high. But it's exactly what we would expect from the previous ones. I guess before I show these, over here are goodies that came from donating as much as I did. So it was interesting that we talk about postcards, because these are actually postcards. And I'm guessing they're Creamy Mami related simply because they were given to me at the same time. Obviously you got a button here. Keychain thing, I think. Or maybe not keychain, just hang off your backpack sort of thing. I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to be. It seems almost like post-it notes sorts of things. But I don't want to take them out of the plastic, because that doesn't seem like plastic that can be put back on. And then I got the glass. Very nice. Alright. Now, that's this week's anime DVD collection update. So, before I talk about the anime I have been watching, I think it's probably a good idea to answer a question that some of y'all may be having regarding Where's Fate Stay Night Limited Blade Works Part 1 and Magi the Magic Kingdom Part 1? It's the second season, whichever it's called. The answer is, I don't know what's up with those. I'm not panicking yet. I'm staying calm because I think I used the free shipping anyways. But according to the tracking, they were supposed to be delivered last Wednesday. And the Postal Service's tracking says it left the state that Right Stuff is in. So they shipped it, but it disappeared off the radar after that. Now, in my experience, they usually appear on the radar again. It'll be something to keep our eyes on, but that's why you didn't see either of those in this week's updates, because they're still inbound. Now, to the anime. I've been watching Bokurano. Obviously, I watched a lot of non-anime stuff first, to the point where I've only gotten 17 episodes into this, but this has actually been really nice. I've probably talked to y'all before about Brigadoon. It's possible many of y'all don't remember it or haven't been around long enough to hear me talk about it, because not a lot of stuff touches exactly in that general direction. Bokurano is definitely it. Shadowstar Naruto is one that's generally suggested along the same lines, and I'd put Bokurano somewhere in between Brigadoon and Naruto in that concept. And that concept is kind of a horrible things happening to innocent-looking people sort of thing. You could think When They Cry, except When They Cry is definitely... Well, there's another element to it that's... they look like they're playing their tropes straight, but then they're not. It's kind of hard to explain with Brigadoon. Part of the reason I really like Brigadoon a lot is because it breaks the expectations it sets, and it's kind of actually really dark. Some of it is just mean things to the characters, some of it is just areas that a lot of anime, especially ones that try and put on such an innocent face, they just don't go there. And I wish I could say more about Shadowstar Naruto because I only vaguely remember certain things about it because it definitely covers things that a lot of anime don't, but sometimes it kind of felt like I had trouble caring about some of it because it didn't seem like it had a story narrative goal in the immediateness or something. And some of the things I just don't know that I cared too much about. Now, Bokurono, I think, tends to be closer to the Naruto side, but what it does right that I like better is you can definitely feel a progress moving forward towards the end. And you can kind of feel that they're not necessarily shoehorning in ideas. I'm not sure if Naruto really did that or not, but that's the impression I get on my vague memories at the moment. And I don't know how much I want to actually talk about what happens here, but while some of the stories do seem a little overboard, the basic idea is you got these little more than a dozen kids who end up piloting this giant robot. And like I say, it is a kind of trope aversion-y sort of anime where it knows what sort of tropes it should play, and those aren't necessarily present and not necessarily the goal. In other words, it subverts itself, I think. It subverts your expectations. It's not super spectacular, but it's been neat to watch. And I'd like to talk more, but I think I'd have to spoil it in order to, so... Non-anime stuff. Let's see, I think last week I already talked about Castle, because I think I had finished that. Under the Dome, I watched the second season. If I hadn't started that, it was okay. I think there was more non-anime stuff, but it's really hard to remember. It's possible I spent most of my free time monster hunting, because I made some pretty decent progress for a 3-day weekend. In particular, I successfully crafted high rank Najarla, high rank Gore Magala, and the low rank Kieran sets. And that wasn't all weekend. That really was starting Thursday night. But other than that, I'm trying to remember what else I did, and it seems like I guess I just didn't have a lot of other time. Or maybe I was just switching gears so much that I was just making slower progress than I could have if I was just focused. It doesn't matter. I guess next week... Okay, yeah, it's next week that I will order May's anime. For now... What's there to say about anime-related stuff to wrap this up? I don't know. I can't really think. I mean, like I said, there's... Unlimited Blade Works and Magi Season 2 Part 1 they both shipped. We'll just have to see if they arrive or if I have to talk to Right Stuff about resend or something. I don't like having to do that, so we'll have to find out. Otherwise, y'all have a nice week.